Hello friends, myself Professor Rajendra Baburao Garse, working as a head of electrical engineering department at NB Naule Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I am having a teaching experience of 9 years. I have completed BE Electrical from Government College of Engineering Karad and M.Tech from Indian Institute of Science Bangalore. I have secured the All India 7th rank in the GATE examination with a 99.96 percentile. Also, I have qualified the GATE examination 6 times. In my last video, we have discussed about two-port network H parameters, right? Means we have covered all the 4 parameters, right? Z, Y, ABCD and H, right? In today's video we are going to discuss about the conversion of parameters, right? So conversion of parameters means given the Z parameters we can find the Y parameters of a two-port network. Given the Z parameters we can find the ABCD parameters of a two-port network. Given the Z parameters we can find the H parameters, right? So given the Z parameters we can find the Y parameters, means it is a Z to Y parameter conversion. Similarly we are going to discuss Z to ABCD parameter, Z to H parameter, right? Next for Y parameter, Y to Z, Y to ABCD, Y to H, right? So for each parameter we are having 3 conversions. So we are having total 4 parameters, so it is 4 into 3, that is the 12 conversions we are going to discuss, right? So yes, so we are having total 4 parameters Z, Y, ABCD and H. Okay, so let us recall the characteristic equations of Z parameters. Okay, so characteristic equations of Z parameter means it gives the expression for V1 V2 in terms of I1 I2, right? So characteristic equations are V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2, right? Similarly second equation is V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2, right? So here we are having, this is a column matrix of voltages, column matrix of port currents, and this is a Z parameter matrix. So Z parameter matrix is a 2 by 2 matrix, right? So if we take the, because in the conversion we require the determinant also. Okay, so what is the determinant of this Z parameter matrix? It is a determinant of Z11 Z12 Z21 Z22. Okay, so it is like Z11 into Z22 minus Z12 into Z21, right? So we are going to consider it as a delta Z, that is a Z parameter matrix. Similarly we are having the second parameter, that is a Y parameter. It gives the expression for port currents in terms of port voltages, right? So port currents are I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2 and I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2, right? So Y parameter matrix, this one is a Y parameter matrix, so we can take the determinant also, right? Next ABCD parameters. ABCD parameters gives the expression for V1 I1 in terms of V2 and minus I2. So please be careful, this is a minus I2 here, right? So V1 is A V2 minus B I2, I1 is C V2 minus D I2. So this is a determinant, this is a ABCD parameter matrix. Okay, and next last one is a H parameter. It is also known as a hybrid parameter, right? It gives the expression for V1 I2 in terms of I1 V2. Okay, so this is the H parameter matrix of a two-port network. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the convergence. So first conversion is Z parameter to Y parameter conversion, right? It is a very simple, right? So it is like only playing with equations. Okay, now Z parameters to Y parameter conversion or expression for Y parameter in terms of Z parameter. Okay, because in university examinations they generally they ask the derivations, right? Derive the expression for Y parameter in terms of Z parameters, right? So expression for Y parameter in terms of Z parameter, the meaning is we know the Z parameters and our task is to find the y parameters. Okay, so here z to y parameter conversion, it is a z to y parameter conversion. Okay, because we are knowing the z parameters and we are interested in deriving the expression for y parameter in terms of z parameter, right? So at the end we will be getting the expression for y11, y12, y21 and y22 in terms of z parameters, in terms of z parameters, right? Are you getting the point? So z parameter to y parameter conversion is nothing but expression for y parameter in terms of z parameters, writing the expression for y parameter in terms of z parameters, right? So while deriving it, right, so first two equations should be the characteristic equations of z parameter, because it is the z to y parameter conversion, right? So first two equations will be the characteristic equations of the z parameter, right? So characteristic equations of the z parameter, yes, it is v1 is equal to z11 i1 plus z12 i2 and v2 is equal to z21 i1 plus z22 into i2, right? Now and we need to find the y parameters, and means ultimately we need to rearrange these two equations in terms of currents, that is i1 i2 in terms of v1 v2, that is the characteristic equations of the y parameters form. Are you getting the point, right? Means we need to rearrange these two equations in such a way that we will be getting the expression for i1 i2 in terms of v1 v2, right? So how to simplify it? Okay, so for that, here the coefficient of i2 is z12, coefficient of i2 in the second equation is z22, right? So by multiplying equation 1 with z22 and multiplying equation 2 with z12, right, then we will be getting the equal coefficient of the equal coefficient for the i2, right? Are you getting the point? So after that we can subtract the equations and we will be getting the expression for only i1, right? Because i2 will get cancelled. So what we are going to do, multiply equation 2 with z12, right? Equation 2 with z12 and equation 1 with z22, right? So if we multiply it, then we will be getting, yes, z22 into v1, right? Z22 into v1, that is equation 1. Z22 v1 is equal to multiply with z22 to equation 1, right? Multiply equation 1 with z22. Okay, so z22 v1 is equal to z11 into z22 into i1 plus z12 into z22 into i2, right? Similarly multiply equation 2 with z12, so it is z12 into v2 at the left hand side is equal to z21 into z12 into i1 plus z22 into z12, right, into i2, right? Multiply both the sides with z12. Okay, so now we are getting the equation 3 and 4. So if you check the equation 3 and 4, the coefficient of i2 is z12 into z22 and z12 into z22, right? Now if we subtract equation 3 and 4, if we subtract equation 3 and 4, then yes, equation 3 and 4 if we subtract, then i2 coefficient will get i2 term will get cancelled, right? So we will be getting z22 into v1 minus z12 into v2 is equal to, after that we can take the i1 common from these two terms. Okay, so we will be getting this term, right? Now recall this term is z11 into z22 minus z21 into z12. It is like a determinant of z parameter matrix, right? So we can represent it with delta z, and can we shift this delta z to the left hand side? So it will be like z22 by delta z minus z12 by delta z, okay, is equal to i1. So we will be getting the expression for i1 in terms of v1 and v2, right? So i1 is equal to, it is like y11, so y11 is equal to, can we say that it is equal to z22 by delta z in terms of z parameter. It is like a conversion of z parameter to y parameter. Are you getting the point, right? Similarly, what is the y12 is, yes, y12 is minus z12 upon delta z, right? Minus z12 upon delta z. This is a y12. Similarly, we need to find y21 and y22, right? So how to find y21 and y22? For y21 y22 we need to write the expression for i2 in terms of v1 v2. So for that, here can we put this equation 5 in either equation 1 or equation 2? Yes, you can put equation 5 in either equation 1 or equation 2. So after that, the I1 term will be, yes, replaced with in terms of v1 v2, right? So put equation 5 in 1. So v1 is equal to z11 into I1. So instead of I1 we have, yes, put here equation 5 plus z12 into I2 as it is, right? So after that we can write, can we shift this z11, multiply this z11 into this bracket? So it is z11 into z22 by delta z into v1. Shift this v1 at this side, right? Because here it is also v1, here it is also v1. So we can write it as 1 minus this term, right, into v1 plus, yes, again shift this v2 also at this side. So it is z11 into z12 upon delta z into v2, right, is equal to z12 into I2 as it is, right? So further can we take cross multiplication? So it is delta z minus z11 into z22 upon delta z into v1, right? And next further we can simplify it, and at the end, yes, z11 z22 z1 z22 it will get cancelled, right? And at the end we need to, yes, divide this z12, move this z12 to the left side, so it will be dividing, right? So it is like minus z12, yes, minus z12 into z21 by delta z divided by z12, right? So divided by delta z, so it is like z12 will get cancelled, so it is minus z21 by delta z into v1 plus z11 by delta z into v2, right? So I2 is equal to y21 into v1 plus y22 into v2. So what is y21? Y21 is minus z21 by delta z, and y22 is z11 by delta z. Are you getting the point, right? So like this we can convert z to abcd, z to h also, right? Are you getting the point? So at the end the expression for y parameters in terms of z parameters, y parameters in terms of z parameters will be getting, right? Z, y in terms of z. Okay, so these are the 4 expressions we are having. So like this we are having total 12 conversions. So 12 conversions into, for each conversion we will be getting 4 expressions, right, for 4 parameters. Are you getting the point? So it is like we are having 12 into 4, so 48 expressions will be there in the conversion of parameters. We cannot memorize these expressions, right? But in the university examination they ask, or in the computer examination also, generally they ask the questions, right? The expression for z11 is, and they will give you the 4 options. Or in university examinations they will ask the question, derive the expression for y parameter in terms of z parameters, or derive z parameter to y parameter conversion, right? Simply they will ask for 4 marks or 6 marks, right? Next, for Solapur University examination. Next, second conversion we are going to discuss. Second conversion we are going to discuss z parameter to abcd parameter conversion, right? Z to abcd parameter conversion, right? Or it is expression for abcd parameter in terms of z parameter, right? So z to abcd means we are knowing which parameters? We are knowing z parameters. So simply write the first 2 equations at the characteristic equations of the z parameter, that is v1 v2 in terms of I1 I2, right? So v1 is equal to z11 I1 plus z12 I2, v2 is equal to z21 I1 plus z22 into I2. Are you getting the point, right? Next, our task is to find the expression for abcd parameters, right? So at the end, what is the last step? A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to D is equal to, right? So abcd in terms of z parameters, right? So what are the characteristic equations of the abcd parameters? abcd parameters gives the expression for v1 I1 in terms of v2 and minus I2, right? So by using these two equations, we need to rearrange the terms such that we will be getting the expression for v1 I1 in terms of v2 and minus I2, So if you check in the second equation, we are having v2, we are having I1, we are having I2. So if we rearrange the only second equation, right, can we get the expression for I1 in terms of v2 and I2, v2 and minus I2? Yes. So what to do? From equation 2 we can write, yes, z21 I1 is equal to v2 minus z22 into I2. Again shift this z21 to the left side, so we will be writing I1 is equal to 1 by z21 into v2 minus z22 by z21 into I2, right? So can we say that this is the expression for I1? I1 is equal to cv2 minus di2, what is equal to 1 by Z21? What is D? Z22 by Z21. Be careful, we need not to consider this minus. Why? Because in the characteristic equation of ABCD parameters there is already minus term is present, right? What is the expression? I1 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. So C is 1 by Z21 and D is Z22 by Z21, right? Are you getting the point? Next, so this is about the C and D parameter. Further we need to find the A and B parameters, right? So can we put this equation 3 in equation 1, right? If we put the equation 3 in equation 1 means we can replace this I1 in terms of V2 and I2, right? If this I1 is replaced with V2 I2, so we'll be getting V1 here and V2 I2 at the right hand side, right? We require V1 in terms of V2 I2 only, right? So put equation 3 in 1. So after putting it we can write V1 is equal to Z11 into I1. Instead of I1 we need to put this term. Instead of I, we have replaced here I1 with this term plus Z12 into I2 as it is, right? So further rearranging the terms, right, we can write it as V1 is equal to Z11 upon Z21 into V2 minus delta Z by Z21 into I2, right? So it is like V1 is equal to A V2 minus BI2. V1 is equal to A V2 minus BI2. So what is A? A is Z11 by Z21. What is B? Delta Z by Z21, right? What is delta Z? Determinant of ABCD determinant of Z parameter matrix, right? So from this can we summarize it as A, B, C, D in terms of Z parameters, right? This is a Z to ABCD parameter conversion, right? Next we are going to discuss Z parameter to H parameter conversion. Z parameter to H parameter conversion means we are knowing the Z parameter and our task is to find the H parameters. Our task is to find the H parameters or expression for H parameters in terms of Z parameters, right? Means we are knowing the Z parameters. So simply write the characteristic equations of the Z parameters, right? So and our task is to find the H parameters, right? So H parameters gives the expression for V1 I2 in terms of I1 V2, right? V1 I2 in terms of I1 V2 means we need to rearrange the equation 1 and equation 2 in such a way that we will be getting V1 I2 in terms of I1 and V2, right? V1 I2 in terms of I1 and V2, right? So from equation 2, right, can we write the expression for I2 in terms of I1 and V2, right? So simply we need to shift it, okay? So from equation 2 we can write I2 is equal to this term, okay? So it is like I2 is equal to H21 into I1 plus H22 into V2, right? V1 I2 in terms of I1 V2, right? So H21 is minus Z21 by Z22 and H22 is 1 by Z22, right? Next, further can we put this equation 3, that is this equation, in equation 1? Yes. So if we put it, we will be replacing this I2, right, we in terms of I1 and V2. So here it is V1, here it is I1, and we are going to replace this with I1 and V2. So we will be getting at the right hand side I1 V2 and at the left hand side V1. That is what we require, right? We require V1 in terms of I1 and V2, right? So after that, after putting it and after rearranging the terms or after solving some steps, yes, we will be getting V1 is equal to delta Z upon Z22 into I1 plus Z12 upon Z22 into V2, where delta Z is Z determinant of Z parameter matrix, right? So what is H11? Delta Z by Z22, H12 Z12 by Z22. Are you getting the point, right? So this is the simple conversion of Z parameter to H parameter, H11, H12, H21 and H22, right? For the conversion of Z parameter to, yes, Y, Z to ABCD, Z to H, right? So very important point, right? They have asked the in the university examination, they have asked the questions on the derivations, right? Derive the conversion of Z parameter to ABCD, Z to H, Z to Y, etc. Okay, so very simple. Simply we need to check which parameters we are knowing currently, right? So simply write the characteristic equations of those parameters, and after perform some mathematical operations, and at the end we need to write the expressions for respective parameter right, in terms of, or the characteristic equations of the respective parameters, right? So we will be getting the respective parameter expression in terms of the parameters which we are knowing. Okay, so in my next video we are going to discuss about the conversion of y parameter to z parameter, y to abcd, and y to h, right? So thank you, thanks for watching.